All rise.
I want viewers watching my show to believe in themselves.
Judge Hatchett is compelling,
I was not the first one to throw a walk.
Let me just tell you what you just said.
compassionate,
I really enjoy being a judge. Now I am touching people who I will never know I touched.
she's powerful,
You should have never let them walk out of your life when she was 3.
and she's on the bench.
Don't get me preaching up in here today.
Right.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Lynn Perry is suing her mother, Phyllis Lamb, in the amount of $6,000. Ms. Perry claims Ms. Lamb gave money meant as a down payment for the plaintiff's house to a scammer who claimed to be in love with the defendant. Ms. Lamb claims she offered to help her daughter with the down payment as a gift, but she doesn't have the money to do so until her boyfriend pays her back.
All rise. Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Hatchett presiding. Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Officer. You may be seated. Good day. Ooh, you know this pains me. I've read the complaint, and your daughter is in court suing you for $6,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened, Lynn?
Well, Your Honor, about 3 years ago, I moved in with my mother. My father had just passed away rather suddenly, and he took care of everything around the house. He took care of finances. If something broke, he would fix it.
Right.
He took care of everything. So after he passed, I moved in with my mom to take care of those things for her. And it worked out well. I was going through a divorce and needed a place to stay, so it worked out.
So it's mutually good for both of you.
Correct.
And Miss Lamb, you needed her support. Is that correct?
Yes, I needed her assistance.
Okay. All right, so now you're there, and what happens?
Everything was going well. About, I'd say, 6 months into the arrangement, I talked to my mother and said that, I can't stay here forever. I will eventually want to save up and buy a home of my own. And she was very supportive. She said she wanted what was best for me. She wished nothing but the best. And then she offered to pay to match whatever I was able to save up.
Miss Lamb, what happened with that? Did you all have that conversation?
We did have that conversation, Your Honor. It was a gift. It was no binding agreement. It was simply a gift. I love my daughter. I did have some money at that time, and I was willing to go through this plan with her and match her that money that she had saved so she could get a house.
And what happened?
Well, Your Honor, as I began doing things around the house, I also wanted to start teaching my mother how to do these things on her own because,
Sure.
again, I wouldn't always be there. The only problem was she didn't really seem interested in learning how to do many of these things, particularly when it came to the accounts. She would say, oh, at my age, you can't teach an old dog new tricks and things. But the one thing she did learn very well was how to use the computer that I got her. I got her a brand new computer, set her up with an email account, showed her how to use Google, and she just took off with it. She spent hours on it every day. She's online every day. I later came to regret that decision.
Why? Why did you regret the decision getting her set up? Because it seems to me that you buy her a new computer, you teach her how to use it, then she can start paying her bills online.
Unfortunately, she wasn't interested in learning that aspect, but she was interested in social media. And she got herself an account on a social media site.
Okay.
And I happened to notice this one day, and I asked her, I said, she was typing away quite furiously, and I said, Mom, what you doing? And she at first seemed a little embarrassed, but I eventually got it out of her that she had met someone online.
Okay, so, Miss Lamb, tell me about this.
He was a very lovely man. He seemed very concerned about my predicament and the fact that I was still recovering from my husband's death, and he made me feel good again. He made me feel young again.
Yes, but Your Honor, there was a reason he was concerned about those things, I feel.
What happened was, that Lynn will, I'm sure mention, he told me that he was having some grave financial difficulties. He had a job in Africa, and he was trying to get back to the U.S. so we could live together. And
So that the two of you all could live together?
that's correct.
What?
Coming up on The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Have you seen him yet?
No.
after he recovered, did he get on a plane to come and see you?
No, Your Honor.
And has he asked for more money?
Well, he indicated that he could use some, yes.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Lynn Perry, who is suing her mother, Phyllis Lamb, for breach of contract.
Yeah,
How long had you known this man online?
We had corresponded 2 or 3 months
It
before
was only a few months, Your Honor.
Well.
You can see why I was nervous.
Yes. I can see why you were concerned.
Yes.
You've never even seen the man. Why would you think that this was a good arrangement to live with somebody you've never ever met?
Well,
except
I saw
online?
photographs of him. He sent me photos over the internet, and his words just were very sincere. In my mind, they really meant a great deal. And I felt that where he was coming from was a very good place. And he didn't ask me for the money. He just mentioned on one occasion that he was having some financial difficulties. And
Mom, that's how they operate.
oh.
They don't come out and ask you. They
Oh, no, they're
drop
smooth.
hints and then
They're smooth.
yeah, and they make it seem like it's your idea, and that's
then
how they get to
he
you.
needed my help.
He's working in Africa. Why does he need your financial help if he's working?
Well, I don't know exactly why. He just said he was having a great deal of financial difficulties. On one occasion, I paid for an airline ticket,
Which he
sent
never
him the
used.
cash, and he unfortunately got into an automobile accident on the way to the airport, and then needed money for medications, and it wasn't a great deal of money, and he paid me some of the money back.
Wait. You sent him money for an airline ticket.
Yes, I did.
Is this an airline ticket from Africa?
Yes.
Yes.
To here.
We're talking, so how, did you send him the money in cash or did you pay through the airline?
I sent the money in cash. Apparently there was some problem with
And Your Honor, I
paying
actually
me.
have, being in charge of the finances, I do have a statement here showing the amount that she paid. I first confronted her, I'd say, probably a few weeks after I first knew about this man.
Sure.
And she asked me for her credit card. She was typing away at the computer, and she asked me, Lynn, can you go to the other room, bring me my purse? I said, sure. So I went and got her purse, brought it back. She said, actually, I just need my wallet. I said, what do you need your wallet for? And she kind of hemmed and hawed, and I got it out of her that she was going to send money to him. And I immediately, and that's when I told her, I said, Mom, this is a scam.
I need some tea. Hold on.
Okay. So I made her promise.
I am troubled by this.
As am I. And I made her promise. I said, Mom, this is a red flag. Do not send him any money. Just don't send him any money, okay?
So you have the bank statement. How much
do.
money did she send him so he could fly back from Africa?
Well, that particular time was only, I'd say, well, by the time I reviewed the accounts for the month, I found out she had sent him, between the ticket and other things,
Right.
a total of about $2,000.
So what happened when you confronted your mother? What happened?
She told me that I was overreacting.
You never gave him a chance.
Mom, what has he done to deserve one? You say he paid you back. He only paid you $400 of $2,000.
Now, that's part of the scam. They give you a little bit back of your own money back
Yes.
so that you will say, oh, he's trustworthy. He will pay me back.
Yes.
Well,
So did it not occur to you, Miss Lamb? And I don't want to be like super hard on you today, but it's hard not to be hard on you. You know, I understand that you lost your husband. I understand that you're grieving. I understand that you're vulnerable. But this is a problem. And let me tell you why. He says, I've run into financial problems. I'm in Africa. He didn't say, would you please go online and purchase the ticket so I can come and see you? He said, send me the money so I can buy the ticket, and then just mysteriously, he gets into a car accident on the way to the airport, just coincidentally on the way to the airport to fly back to the States so that he can come and be with you. And then on top of that, he has the audacity to say, I need money for medication.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Lynn Perry, who is suing her mother, Phyllis Lamb, for breach of contract.
Your Honor, I have printed out messages between him and my mom online where he has asked or kind of beat around the bush to ask for money.
Miss Lamb, what do you know about this man? What do you know about
I know that he seems very sincere. He sounds very sincere. And he helped me through a rough time. And I trusted him. I do trust him.
Your Honor, my mother, she is a loving and generous, wonderful woman.
I'm sure.
To a fault.
Sure. Yes, I'm seeing that.
Unfortunately, she wants to believe the best in people. She truly does. And unfortunately, that makes her a little gullible and leaves her open to being taken advantage of.
Let me tell you how this works, Miss Lamb. And I've seen all kinds of cases. I've seen all kinds of people in tough situations. And I know, without knowing anything about this man, that this is not who you should be ever involved with. And let me tell you why. First of all, he doesn't come out and ask you for the money. Your daughter's right. They just kind of make it seem like it's your idea, because now he's saying to you, he doesn't know you. You don't know him. It might be a 90-year-old woman who's pretending to be a man and sending you pictures and getting money. What name did he use? I bet you it was a very common name.
Peter Smith.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Peter Smith. So we can get a Peter Smith's account some kind of way to go into a cash place and pay money and get the money cash. He was not on the way. I hate to break your heart on this. He was not on the way to the airport. He took your money and then he said, oh, I've been in a car accident and I need money for medication.
Well, he sent me pictures with a cast on his leg.
Oh, yeah, he probably downloaded that from the internet. You cannot believe this. Do you have pictures of him with the cast?
Oh, no, I don't have them.
See, I bet you didn't.
No.
Okay, sorry, officer.
It's all right.
She faked us out, just like he faked her out. And this is really tragic, because there are people who have no conscience, who prey on women like you. And I bet you early on online you say, I'm still grieving because I miss my husband. Did you not tell him that?
Something like that, yes.
Something like that. Maybe not the exact words, but that was the essence of it. And I'm lonely, in so many words. And yes, I would love to meet you. And then he sets you up for the hit. He says, oh, I can't wait to meet you. I'm in love with you. I just want to change your life. I'm going to be there for you forever. And by the way, I don't have any money.
Coming up.
You don't know what his situation is. We don't even know if he's a man.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Your Honor, the entire, her savings account is completely, it's gone.
So how much money are we talking about, Lynn?
I had,
Roughly.
I'd found a house that I was interested in. And I figured that for a down payment, I would need $12,000. I managed to save up $6,000. She had promised, per our agreement, to match my amount. And I thought, this is great. It works out. It was close to work. It was close to Mom. And it's gone.
The money is gone?
She sent it to Peter Smith.
So how much money do you estimate your mother has sent, all total?
I would say about $6,000.
How much?
The entire $6,000 that I would have used for the down payment of my home. She sent to a stranger
But if
online.
he pays it back, I'll give it to you.
Mom, he's not going to pay it back. He's not going to pay it back. I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's just.
I know this is hard. I know this is hard.
I just want him to not. I just want him to stop taking advantage of my mom.
I know this is hard.
Sometimes I think you just want to have control over me.
She's trying to
it's just
protect
hard for me
you.
to see you going through this, Mom.
It's just trying to protect
Because
you, Miss
you
Lamb.
really do
This
wanna
is
see the best of
very,
people.
very, very sad. This is very, very sad. You took your savings. I want you to think about this. You took your savings and sent it to a man you have never, ever met, who may not even exist.
I met him over the internet.
But you've never seen this man.
No, I never saw
You
him.
don't know anything about him. You don't know whether he is a convicted felon. You don't know what his situation is. We don't even know if he's a man.
Judge Hatchett's verdict when we return. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Peter Smith is not going to be there when you need something. If you got sick tomorrow, and God forbid that you do, Lynn would be the only person to come and be with you because Peter Smith is a fraud. And so, you know, it pains me to see you all in court, but I understand why you brought her in court. And so you say it was a gift. I'm going to say that there was a verbal agreement, and you need to honor it. You need to honor it, and you are going to pay your daughter $6,000 because she relied on that agreement to get this new house. I'm struggling with this. But you have got to go, and maybe, can we have her fixed up with some people that maybe your friends' parents know?
I'll ask around.
Please.
I will.
Please,
Yeah.
let's ask around. We need a good man.
Yeah.
Go volunteer. That's a good place. Because if they're volunteering, we know they've got something going on, right?
At the animal shelter. I've always wanted to do that.
Please.
Yeah,
All
she
right,
loves
so
animals.
come
Yeah.
tomorrow morning. We're going to get her set up to volunteer at the animal shelter.
Okay.
All right? In the
Thank you.
meantime, you're going to be on the lookout. Have your friends on the lookout.
Okay.
And we're going to find somebody for her to meet that's not a scam artist. Why don't you all hug now? That's even better. Come on. Let's get a little hug going. Oh, I love it. I love it. Judgment for the plaintiff. If nothing further, we will stand adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $6,000.
You know, Mom, I never wanted this to be about the money. I just wanted you to see that this man was scamming you. I hope you take the judge's advice.
I know you care about me. The judge gave me a lot to think about.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.
All rise.
I want viewers watching my show to believe in themselves.
Judge Hatchett is compelling,
I was not the first one to throw a walk.
Let me just tell you what you just said.
compassionate,
I really enjoy being a judge. Now I am touching people who I will never know I touched.
she's powerful,
You should have never let them walk out of your life when she was 3.
and she's on the bench.
Don't get me preaching up in here today.
Right.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Eugene Washington is suing Lindsay Small in the amount of $1,819. Mr. Washington claims Ms. Small stole his computer, impersonated him online, and when confronted, says the defendant intentionally spilled a drink on his computer, destroying it in the process. Ms. Small claims the computer was left open and unattended and says she was trying to determine the owner when Mr. Washington came up behind her, causing her to accidentally spill her drink.
All rise. Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Hatchett presiding. All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, officer. You may be seated. Good day. All right, Mr. Washington, Ms. Small, I understand, Mr. Washington, that you are suing Ms. Small in the amount of $1,819.
That's correct, Your
For
Honor.
a laptop computer that you say that she was responsible for destroying. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
But I read the complaint that you filed in this court, and it seems like there's a lot more going on than just a laptop. So, what happened?
Well, Your Honor, it's simple. It was one day, it was my same routine every day. I go to the quad, and pretty much the quad is somewhere where we socialize, we eat lunch.
So you all are college students?
Yes, ma'am.
You're students at the same college?
That's right.
And so there's a quad, kind of a gathering place on
Right.
campus.
Right.
All right,
It's
and
where
what
we can let our
happens?
hair down, we go socialize and eat. And so we also have an area where I can, put my stuff in my locker, in my bag, where my laptop was. And so, like I do every day, I locked my stuff up and I left for about 2 hours to the quad. I get back to the quad and all my stuff is gone as far as my laptop. Yes.
But you told me you locked the locker.
Yes, I locked it, but I got back to the locker and it was ajar. It was pretty much ajar.
So how did that happen?
I don't know, Your Honor, but what made me hysterical was on my way to the locker, I began to get all these types of tweets and, because I'm a blogger. And so I'm really big on social media within my campus. And so people know me, I'm pretty much, I could say I'm a target, pretty much. I'm a blogger, I'm big on social media. People respect me for what I do on campus, fundraising.
So now what kind of tweets did you start getting?
Just like, who am I? Pretty much, it was pretty much tweets that were slandering who I was and what I stood up for.
So what kind of blogger are you?
I'm actually a blogger. I believe in, pretty much helping everyone. Everyone has their equal rights. Pretty much, I even have an LCR card.
Now tell me what an LCR card is.
Well, it's actually a Log Cabin Republican card. And pretty much, it's an organization where we help everyone, even to the point of gay marriage. And I'm not even a gay, Your Honor. So, but I still,
What does being gay have to do with anything?
To the point that what I'm saying is, I go for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, what color. You could be yellow or purple. That's what I believe in.
What happened with these tweets?
Well, the tweets were pretty much tweets and texts from people that, that follow me on social media, and they know that I don't say certain things. So what happened was, it was different things that were slandering my name that I wouldn't typically say. So what happened was, somebody got a hold of my laptop and was impersonating me.
What happens then?
Well, what happens is, I have to find it first. So if it had not been for the security that I have on my laptop, I can track it actually from my phone.
Okay, so yes, you can have this finder apparatus.
Right, so lo and behold, it's within the same vicinity, within the quad. So it didn't take me long to find it.
Okay.
So I track it down, and I find a whole sorority of girls in the leadership of Miss Lindsay over here. And they're actually typing and laughing on the computer.
Okay, stop right there.
Yeah.
Ms. Small, what do you know about this computer?
Basically, I am walking with who is also my witness today, Stacy. We're walking after having lunch to the tables where I see 3 of my other sorority sisters with this laptop. And naturally, I sit down, I open the laptop, there's no passcode on it, no nothing to get into the actual computer. And when you find somebody's belongings somewhere, you want to find the owner.
All right, so you take it upon yourself.
Yes, to open the computer.
And then what happens?
And basically, I'm on there and I open some documents trying to see if I could find a name on any assignments, so get it back, find out who it is, and get it back to the person it belongs to.
And then what happened? Just a second, Mr. Washington. And then what happened?
So basically, and do you mind if I bring my witness up here with me?
And this is your sorority sister, and you were with her.
I
you
was
were
with her.
Lindsay at the time that this computer was discovered.
Yes.
Where did you find the computer?
It was on one of the tables.
It was just on one of the tables?
On the table, yes.
Out in the open?
Out in the open,
on
with
the
nothing.
table.
No logos, no stickers or anything to distinguish whose it could be or anything. Just
so
a
now
laptop.
you come across this computer. Who's with you? Your witness, your
Stacy,
sorority sister, anybody else?
And then 3 other of my sorority sisters were with me as well.
Okay, so now there are 5 of you.
Yes.
And you're on this computer, and there was no password according to you.
Which is
and you're on the
irresponsible.
computer trying to find out what happened.
Yes.
Coming up on The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Say my witness is me, and I am Mr. Washington. Basically, he came up behind me, waited, and took his hands, all 10 fingers, and went like this.
And later,
There was a painting that when I moved it, there was a baseball-sized hole behind it. It looked like someone punched it.
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict is back with the case of Eugene Washington, who is suing Lindsay Small for property damage.
And then what happens next?
Like I said, I found them hovered over my laptop giggling. And when
Giggling has nothing to do with
and
the
let me
situation.
talk.
Illegal to
I'll let
giggle?
you guys
Stop.
talk. Let me talk. What happened was when they were caught, they were red-handed, and when she knew that I caught her, she spilled and poured a latte on my computer.
Oh, please.
What happened?
Listen,
It was
Your
an
Honor.
accident.
When he
Can I
approached you
demonstrate?
all,
Yes, can I
listen to
demonstrate?
the question. When he approached you all, what happened to the computer?
Can I demonstrate for you what exactly happened?
Please.
Say my witness is me and I am Mr. Washington. Basically, he came up behind me, waited, and took his hands, all 10 fingers, and went like this and grabbed my shoulder so
She
hard
spilled-
with so much aggression. And I had a
Spilled the
latte,
latte. It's human
in my
nature
left
that you're
hand,
gonna
and
jump.
I
Didn't
jumped
even lay my hands on you.
On the laptop.
Are you serious?
And even
Yes, we're
in
serious.
amidst of my hysteria, freaking out that I was just manhandled by this boy.
Man-
Yes,
Mama
yes,
told me
no,
not to put my
Do
hands
not,
on
your
her.
mama
boy.
didn't teach you anything.
I have no reason.
Stop this. Do not call him a boy, he's a man.
Thank
Let's-
you.
Let's,
Thank
just-
you, Your
let's be
Honor.
clear. But
And
you
I
were
didn't lay my hands on
manhandled
her either.
and that you spilled the latte.
Yes.
Mr. Washington, it's your position, based on the complaint that you filed with the court, that she purposely poured it on.
She definitely purposely did it. And when she poured it, she smirked about it. It was like pretty much, look, this is
Please,
what it
Your Honor,
this is what it's
that's
about.
false.
It was
Your
pretty much
Honor.
like this is what I'm standing for right now. She poured it on my computer,
So
frying.
I'm getting ready to rule on this case. Let me just ask a couple of questions. Other than the evidence that you've given me, can you point to anything that says that they used this computer and that they were intentionally using the computer to undermine your position as a blogger?
I don't have any evidence showing that they were doing it, but it's what I witnessed and what I saw.
And so what you witnessed and saw was them giggling.
Right, and they were typing on it.
And they were typing on it.
Yes.
Do you have any evidence to show me that they were typing something on it?
No, I don't.
It's called evidence. It's called the plaintiff has the burden of carrying the burden of proof. That if you're going to sue somebody, it is upon you to prove to this court preponderance of the evidence. This is not a criminal court, so we're not talking about beyond a reasonable doubt, but you've got to be able to prove to me that they had the laptop and that they intentionally destroyed the laptop. Do I think they were up to some mischief when they figured out it was your laptop? Yes. But there's not enough for me to say that they intentionally destroyed the laptop. You got to
They
make
did,
sure.
Your Honor.
Well,
They did.
you better make sure, though, that you figure out how a locked locker got open, which is a little crazy. And then, if you really felt that it was broken into by somebody, you should have filed a criminal complaint at the school about the computer and the locker being broken into.
Well, I did.
Well, and what happened?
That's why we went to the dean's office.
And then what happened?
And what happened was, since she said I put my hands on her, which I didn't, the dean ruled it out. You know,
Because
nope,
there was no
I didn't
evidence.
put my hands on her, so he dropped the case on our behalf.
That is not why he dropped
And
the
that's-
case. He
that
dropped
is
the
why.
case because there was no evidence. Not that he said he didn't, but there was not enough evidence. But if you
That I put
don't
my
mind me
hands on
saying,
you.
I do have a letter from the dean here saying, however, we cannot determine how the women found or came in possession of your computer.
Exactly.
Since it was damaged, we
I gave you that
recommend you
same letter, Your
contact
Honor.
your insurance carrier, and he does not have insurance on his computer.
Hence why he's trying to frame us.
So there's an investigation
somebody
that went
pay for
on
his
by
negligence.
the dean's office. They were not found to be responsible for the damage. I don't have enough evidence in this courtroom to award you the $1,819 for the damage of this. You've got to have the burden. You carry the burden of proof in this situation. And therefore, I am dismissing your complaint and your request for the $1,819. So ordered.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
The judge was right. No evidence, no case.
It's not over. You can never win being dirty.
Coming up,
There was a painting that when I moved it, there was a baseball-sized hole behind it. It looked like someone punched it.
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Brent Wynn is suing his former roommate Emily Davis in the amount of $675. Mr. Wynn claims Ms. Davis damaged their apartment before she moved out, and now she's refusing to pay. Ms. Davis claims she didn't cause the damage, and she believes that it could have been the new tenant that moved in.
Mr. Wynn, you have brought a claim for $675.
Yes.
Against Ms. Davis, who was you all were formerly roommates.
Correct.
And there have been some problems. And then, Ms. Davis, you have a counterclaim for $350. So, Mr. Wynn, I'm going to start with you. Tell me what happened and why is it necessary for you all to be here, and why couldn't you work this out without coming to my courtroom?
I'm basically suing for damages that she left when she moved out. They were hidden damages. I didn't actually know about them.
When you mean hidden damages, what does that mean?
For example, I do also have evidence I would love to show you pictures of.
All right.
There was a painting that was hers, that when I moved it, there was a baseball-sized hole behind it. I could easily put my fist into it. It looked like someone punched it. She put a rug underneath her bed in kind of a weird position, and it wasn't until we moved it we realized why, and there was a huge stain in it.
What kind of stain?
I would like for you to just look at the pictures. I honestly want to say it might be blood.
All right.
And there were also a lot of scratches on that ground as well that the rug covered up.
Officer, let's take a look at these.
It's not weird placement. I just rearranged the room to look nice because I knew I was moving out and he would be looking for a new roommate. I just wanted the place to look presentable.
All right, describe to me, this is the stain that you are saying is on the floor?
Correct.
And it was covered up by a rug?
By a rug.
So you didn't see it until things were being moved?
Correct.
And you think it might be blood?
It wouldn't come out. It's kind of like a crimson dark red. So yes, my first thinking
All right,
was,
and
yeah,
then
it was
the
blood.
next picture is, and tell me what's going on in this
Those
picture.
are the scratches. Those were also hidden by the rug. They were right next to each other, and they're just deep scratches that ended up coming out of my security deposit.
All right, and then the next picture that you've given me?
This was actually the way she left the room, which it does look clean, but I do want to say that when she moved out, those two pictures right there were actually, she ended up just putting in right before she moved out. Now, at first I thought that she was being nice and she was trying to make the room presentable because I did need to find a quick roommate. But once we moved all her stuff out, that's where the baseball-sized hole was. And
Oh, and that's
underneath
going to be the next photo. Let's go
Sure.
there so I can see that one. That's behind the photo.
That's behind the new photos.
the new photos that were on the wall.
Correct.
Coming up,
The people who actually helped
It
me
isn't that
move
much.
my stuff out and move your stuff out also didn't
Move it
want
to the
any of the stuff
dumpster.
because it was junk.
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict is back with the case of Brent Wynn, who is suing his former roommate Emily Davis for property damage.
Do you know anything about that damage?
The thing is that Brent gave me my security deposit back when I moved out.
And how much
Did
did
you
he give
not?
you back?
I
600,
did.
my half. The full security deposit was 1,200. He gave me 600 back.
Okay.
In my opinion, at that point, if he saw anything wrong with the room, that's when he should have come to me with this. Now that someone else lived there for 3 months, he's going to come back with these damages and ask me to pay for them.
All right. So now you have a counterclaim. We're going to get
Yes.
back to
Sure.
your claim, but you have a counterclaim for
do.
$350.
I
Is that
do,
correct?
yes.
And why are you counterclaiming?
Because when Brent went to move out, my furniture was still in the room. I tried to get people there. You know, I'm out of state now. I'm trying to get people there to help get my stuff, and I couldn't.
Did he tell you he was going to move out?
Yes.
It's not like he just up and said, I'm leaving. You had some advance notice?
I have text messages in the evidence, Your Honor.
Oh, let's see the text messages. All right. So we have a text message.
Yes.
It says you need to take care of your stuff! Exclamation point. Stop being a flake. All in caps. I'm working on it, is what you say. Trying to get my cousin to come by with his truck. What's the date again? He responded, are you kidding? It's Halloween. 10:31. Next response from you, stop being rude. Okay, I guess I'll get someone. Don't do anything stupid, LOL. Your response is whatever. So you admit to this court that you had an opportunity to arrange for your things to be
Yes,
removed.
I did, and I was trying my best. I was out of state. I was trying my best, and it wasn't working out. I kept trying to get people there. And honestly, it's not that many items, and Brent was my friend. I figured he could hold it for a few days while I tried to figure it out, if I'm being
Which
honest.
I think is ridiculous. I mean, she expected me to, what, hire a U-Haul, get a storage place? Because my new place, I don't have room for her furniture. The people who actually helped
It
me
isn't that
move
much.
my stuff out and move your stuff out also didn't
Move it
want
to the
any of the stuff
dumpster.
because it was junk.
Judge Hatchett's verdict when we return. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
Mr. Nguyen, you gave her the $600 security deposit back.
Correct.
Without really fully inspecting the room.
Correct.
But, I think that she did stuff to conceal the damages. So I am going to enter a ruling, and I am going to grant you your claim for $675, and your counterclaim, Ms. Davis, is hereby dismissed. And the reason it's dismissed is because you had the responsibility to come back and get that furniture. That was not on Mr. Nguyen to do that. And so therefore, I am entering an order in the amount of $675 for the plaintiff and dismissing the counterclaim that the defendant has filed. So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $675.
I respect the judge's ruling, but you did not need to trash my stuff.
You had plenty of time to get your stuff. I'm just glad I got my money.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.